Hey, chat. I'm going to keep playing Restoration Angel decks until Standard is rotated because I have a sickness and only Restoration Angel can cure it. Today, we are going to be not only restoing, but also ephemerating and Thragtusking and all sorts of other things to head you off at the pass. But, Jeff, why isn't there a Soul Herder in this deck, Jeff? Soul Herder blinks your stuff every turn. Soul Herder fucking sucks. Soul Herder is a 3-mana sorcery speed card that requires you to have something else in play to get any amount of value out of it. While Ephemerate also requires you to have something in play to get any amount of value out of it, it's also a counter spell at its core, right? Like, you can ephemerate things in response to removal spells and other tricks like that. The instant speed aspect of it is really good. Restoration Angel 2, right? Like, the 3/4 flying flash threat is okay on its own. It can also counter removal spells in a pinch, so just like the card quality and utility that these cards provide outside of the blinking is really, really good. So, as for this deck, I don't know, we're kind of like this value big mid-range deck, so I'm interested to see if the value this generates seems like it can be reasonable in the format. The red-white resto deck we played, it was fine. It's like an aggressive C+, like close to good enough, but probably not quite. Respectfully, I think there is room for both opinions that Soul Herder is very bad and Soul Herder is really bad. Big mood. Big mood. Crossing our fingers and hoping that we're playing a matchup where Skyclave Apparition is relevant, just mid-range things. Blue-black land, blue-black land. Magic 8 Ball says outlook not good. God bless you, Temple of Plenty. Alright, I'm gonna cast Divination, chat. And, like, they can stop my Divination from drawing its second card, but, like, you know, then they spent a card killing... They spent a removal spell killing my wall, which is, like, still a win for us, I think. Show me your secrets. Well, that one can go away. Blue-black control. Opponent just out here living their best life. I'm gonna ephemerate the Elite Spellbinder when they block it. With the sweeper in hand, I'm just gonna go ahead and play this one out. Is that deck bad in this metagame? Well, the Abzian Dungeon deck was a standard 22 deck, so yes, it would be very bad in the historic metagame. Someone who has spent time trying to cocoa out adventure cards. Yes, it's very bad historic. I believe you. Our 2 mana off a Shark Typhoon. Oh, you know what? Are there not creature lands in this deck? Wow, I totally forgot to put creature land. The core of this deck is a deck that we built before the D&D set. This deck wants creature lands real bad. Hey, Papa Princess. Thank you for the prime. I appreciate it. I'm just supposed to continue going wide here with the Shark Typhoon. I mean, we streamed the Grixis deck for over an hour, could have, Chris? Goodbye, friend. Oh, and now they have Cling to Dust that can... I can flashback to. Just gonna attack with everything. Then when I triple block this, I get to kill 2, and then they take 4. When I get in with my people on the ground, well, they don't have all the Storm Giants up. They are out of cards to escape this. They're down to 3 cards. They need 6 total. So they'll Field of Ruin something here to get a card in the bin, I assume. This is our second time playing against blue-black control today. I've heard a lot of people say they think this archetype's good into Jeskai. I might be wrong to attack with just this, but with Yorion, I don't really want to throw away my Blade Splicer. They're looking at my graveyard. They have to start scrying with Castle Vantress now is the problem, though, too. Their average card quality is about to go way up. The only person that can stop a bad guy with a memory lapse is a good guy with a memory lapse, chat. Except that's the joke. There are no good guys with memory lapses. It's not bad for a game where we drew a bunch of Skyclave Apparitions that didn't do anything. Thalia in, Vivien in, Knight of Autumn in. Oh, we drew Tolsimir that game too, which was also bad. Not great. We were at a stream with over 75% of subs watching. Now, I'd assume the answer is no, but I also don't have a good metric for that. There's a good percentage of my subs that watch a majority of the content on YouTube, but they sub on Twitch to keep me around so I can keep posting stuff to YouTube. I guess I can actually, I was going to say I can't tell you how many subs I have, but I could kind of estimate it based on how many people have chatted. So like for example, yesterday's stream had 4,771 unique viewers that watched some amount of the stream, and there were 392 unique chatters. So obviously there's some number of people that are subbed and watching that also didn't chat during that time, but I'd wager that percentage of people that are subbed but didn't send 0 messages are low. But probably about 10% of the people that watch throughout the course of the day are subbed is probably a reasonable metric. Right on time, Llanowar Elves. See, we should have been on the draw, chat. If we'd have been on the draw, we'd have had Llanowar on one. Oh, and that actually yesterday's metric was high, for example. Like Monday's stream had a little over 4,100 unique viewers, but only had 223 unique chatters. Stats are fun. Yeah, useless metrics. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm gonna draw this spell again. Oh yeah, that's true too. Those metrics also have sub chat disabled for the variety content, which skews up. It's a good call. You did, Draksha, you did. I just can't even attack into a Shark Typhoon, right? That card's so good. It's like Control has just gotten so many good cards in the last couple of years. Shark Typhoon, Archmage's Charm, Memory Lapse. There's so many powerful things. Well, at least we didn't attack into it, I guess. Got me. Oh. All right. Let's put some creature lands in here because I've been forgetting to do that. Want Cave of the Frost Dragon, or I feel like I probably want Dragon. I have a lot of good flyers in here. Honestly, we're an 80 card deck. I could probably just play both. Yeah, like I've said, Steamfogger, good games. Good luck in the rest of your laddering. I think that card's probably the best. Probably the best new card in the format. I believe Wilderness Reclamation is banned, yeah. That sounds right. Yes. Yeah, it sees a good amount of modern play, Mr. Tasty. Fabled Passage. Oh, there's Citadel deck. Okay. Wilderness Reclamation only does oppressive things. There are neat but not oppressive doesn't exist for that card. You can cast Factor Fiction with it in Modern. I think that qualifies. I think casting Factor Fiction with it in Modern qualifies. If we're gonna miss our land drop next turn, we can Ephemerate the wall to get a redraw. And then cast Llanowar Elves. To tier 1.5 or lower. I think if you don't want Jeskai to be the best deck in the format, you'd have to ban, I don't know, 3+ cards from it. I also don't think it needs to not be, I don't think they need to make it not be tier 1. It just needs to not be S tier above everything else. Modern is not in a particularly good state at the moment, in my opinion. Ragavan, Dragon Rage, Chandler, Mishra's Bauble is like the core of almost every good deck in that format. No, it's not Urza Saga. It's Dragon Rage, Chandler, and Bauble. You look at like what the average brew looks like in that format. It's just like those 12 cards shaken and stirred well in different formulas. There's a reason Ragavan costs over $100 to buy on Moto. Alright, divination. Find me some more lands. I don't even know that Ragavan's terrible. I think I'd blame Mishra's Bauble and Luris for Modern's problems before anything else. I think Dragon Rage Chandler's a great design, and I think looking at it in Historic, we see that it can be healthy. The core of Modern's problem are Luris and Bauble. I think we just want to get these Skyclave Apparitions down, huh? So we can start blinking them down the line. I think we'll start by getting rid of the Trail of Crumbs here so they stop generating cards with it, and then we'll tag the Oven next, and then we'll work our way around the rest of the board. Thanks for the 1.5 years, Misfit Mavis. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I mean, like, Modern's a great casual format. Deep card pool to work with. I don't know that I could ever beat this card. They're just gonna draw like 800 cards and it's gonna be huge, right? The Wombo Combat. Thank you for the prime. There's a lot of great places you can send those Bezo bucks to every month. Thanks for shipping it this way this month and keeping me around. Yeah, I'm supposed to Spellbinder there. I don't think it matters. You're gonna have so many cards, right? I gotta like try and go wide here to kill them around the core vault and their card advantage. Been watching since the start of the pandemic. Thanks for the content. I figured I should give you those Bezo bucks. Thanks for that. Prime subs keep me employed these days for sure. Yeah, we got 4 answers to their Dorko post board. Maybe these rest in pieces aren't very good. This probably isn't amazing. They can sacrifice thing we're targeting a lot of the time. They draw enough cards and they have Mayhem Devils. Maybe Spellbinder's not good enough. In fact, Baffling End might be fine here just because of Devil. Could see that. Let's give that a try. Journey to Nowhere. No, not really. Baffling End and Decadence are the premier white removal spells in this format. I think I'm just supposed to grab a land here to guarantee this this curve. And yeah, let's get this out and get my scry on here. Yeah. I mean, sure. Why'd we even scry, chat? Should have gained 3 life. Charlene, thanks for the follow. Good morning. I don't think cards like Journey are very good. I don't think Journey would see play in this format if it was legal. Giving your opponent, I wonder if this is a misclick. Giving your opponent back their creature when the thing dies is like not great. Nah, I think Tireless Witness is kind of slow and bad. 4 mana is a lot for that effect. I mean, calling Seal away Journey is a bit of a misnomer.
Come to me.
You're right that it's like the closest thing we have, but it's not quite the same. The conditional on Seal away is a big deal in a lot of spots. Oh, I haven't actually, Netaric. Let me ping my person.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Yeah, I think we just get rid of their devil here, huh? I think I just let this happen. Good luck in your laddering. May you finish in the top 1200. What, Sphinx? We're mostly playing casual historic decks these days, so a lot of concessions to the busted things. There was no need to do that, Endo. Fix that. It's never the player's fault that a deck is busted and too good. You are a petty child if you blame your opponent for playing a deck that is good. It is Wizards of the Coast and the people that manage the ban list fault if the players are not having a good time. Just gonna let Vivien go to 2 here. I want to ephemerate the Thragtusk while I have Resto available. Oh, they've been sitting on Corvold waiting for this to get below 3. That's funny. We have Deccan Stone in hand, thankfully. think we're just gonna go ahead and multiply the Thragtusk. My opponent doesn't strike me as someone who carries multiple spears. Guess who's back? Back again. Thragtusk is back. Tell a friend. Do 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 do. Boo doo doo. Boo 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 doo doo. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Nobody wants to see Thragtusk no more. Let's keep hitting our land drops here. See, I'm a giver, chat. Our opponent is no longer clueless. Did we invent a time machine? Asking the real questions. Doing this now at sorcery speed because I don't expect them to have a sweeper, and I do expect them to have access to spot removal. Now, I think the resource efficiency on Thraben Inspector is important, Silver Oak. Our deck already has a pretty big glut of 3s.
So it's going to be like that, huh? Most wounds can heal.
Thanks for the follow, McBlueDuck.
Let's do this again.
Are we behind? I think we're behind. I was just seeing if we could get damage in here. Well, the problem, chat, is that this cat does 3 damage every turn, right? Is the tough part. It's gonna depend on like what the rest of their hand is. Like this escapes into a 5/4, making these 3/3s less good. And like they can sacrifice a creature, so they can actually like kill a Restoration Angel this turn with Mayhem Devil very easily. Hey, Boston, thanks for the tier 3 and the 26 months. So I was stuffing my face. Adam! I don't know that I really have a takeaway from this other than, well, your sub is lapsed currently, Dr. Jazzin, so you'll get adverts on the channel when your sub's lapsed. Like, our deck did what it wanted to do this game, right? Like, it's not like our deck didn't work. Like, our deck was functional. Are we gonna kill them here? Did they, like, draw a bunch of cards and not have it? Weird that they played Yawgmoth before drawing cards here. But, like, they're gonna gain 3 and draw 6 cards, right? So I'd be, like, pretty surprised if we can kill them here. Thanks for the follow, Braveheart. Someone asked in chat, does the opponent's archetype lose to creativity? Yeah, I bet it does on average. But I also haven't played the matchup personally, so... Seven days till rotation, chat. Seven days until rotation. Maybe the turn you played Restos, you should have saved them to blink the Thragtusk twice. You would have gotten... I don't understand your statement, Hunox. I blinked the Thragtusk twice that turn. Thanks for the 2 years, Frigley. Welcome back. Sure, Hunox, but if I don't tap out, I then can't commit the Restoration Angels to the board proactively, and then if they never try and kill they only killed the Thragtusk proactively because I played the Restos proactively. So if I don't do that there, we just play this awkward game of chicken, and then I don't get to add pressure to the board, and my out to win that game was running them down. So, like, their line only happened because of my line, and I think my line was my best chance to win, being proactive. So your line is better, assuming they make a mistake, but I'd prefer to just take the line that gives me the better chance to win, assuming that they play well. My opponent hadn't really made decisions that put me in the position of, oh, I should assume they're gonna mess up. To the person who asked, Untapped is aware of the mouse overlay issues. And they've reported them upstream. They're using the Scryfall API. It's a mono red bird here. Maybe double bird, Mana Gorgers and Arclights. They are double birding. Cute. blink this now, see if we find something worth casting. I mean, just for reference, Endo, you must have missed it on stream. Like, I literally gave them a free win. Like, I Inquisitioned them, saw they were playing Jeskai, and conceded the match. So they weren't, like, talking about the matchup condescendingly. It was literally, I just didn't play the game and gave them a free victory. They just didn't feel like playing against Jeskai. So see, I see your perspective, assuming we played a game and they just, like, could look like they were dumping on our deck, but that's not what happened. Like, I literally just conceded and was like, nah, I'm gonna do something else. Got me. I like the perpetual mechanic a lot. They were very conservative. They were very conservative with their designs of perpetual cards, and I hope they push the envelope a little bit more in the future. A lot of the perpetual cards are unplayable, but the core design of what they're doing is great. I like a lot of them from a design perspective. Yeah, Seek's a great use of the digital design space as well. I like a lot of digital design space where you're just using digital to ensure players aren't cheating instead of doing crazy things. Like, for example, cards that say, like, search your library for a creature and put it into your hand. You don't have to reveal those on a digital card. You only have to reveal those types of things in paper to ensure that neither player is cheating. You've had first Thragtusk, yes, but what about second Thragtusk? Alright, what about Blinky Thragtusk? My life's going up. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. One Turntimber, please. Well, shit. What's in your hand, opponent? What are spells? Do 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 do. Yeah, no joke. Bottoming a land pocket is strong. And next turn, I mean, this is a 6/4 flyer, right? And next turn I get to do this and blink these two. Deck in Stone, Rest in Peace, Baffling End. Probably don't want the hand heat in this matchup because they play to the board pretty quickly, it seems like. Where are my last couple cuts here? Usually I just trim on Abundant Harvest, because it's like... Maybe I trim on Llanowar Elves. They have a lot of shocks anyways. Opponent was sad they didn't draw Manamorphose. Ah, Manamorphose. I think I like Inspector against their Seasoned Pyromancers. See, chat? This is why we left one Llanowar Elf in. You just board out the other 3 and just draw the one you left in your opener. Easy game. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. It definitely feels like a flavor win that Rest in Peace makes Dragon Rage Chandler calm down. What's going on, Zero Vault? We played a red-black mid-range deck this morning that was a little bit sad, Panda. Well, that's heckin' rude. I'd normally ask who hurt them, but the answer is us last game with Thragtusk. We're the ones that hurt them, chat. Sure, the 23 months mark. Oh, God. Yikes. It's a shame we didn't have an untapped white source here, because if we did, we would have been able to ephemerate the Skyclave in response to its trigger and take both their 3 drops. We might still recover here. If they don't have a shock for Skyclave here, we could be okay. Well, I mean, that's technically not a shock, so we could be okay, right? Right? Right, chat? We could be okay, right, chat? Does that mean they wouldn't have got it? Yes, that's exactly right. And if you blink it in response to the Enters Play trigger, they don't get a token, which is great. Who am I trying to convince? We'll never know. This is just utter madness, chat. Surveil 1, twice, draw 2, discard 2. Pretty good. Let their surveils resolve here before we do anything. Yes, rest in peace does not impact madness, as you can see. Magic Arena is correct with this rules interaction. Hey, give me another instant speed thing. All right, we're up to 13 here. Gaining on up, lots of health. Do 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 do. Let the life gain hit the board. Let the life gain hit the board. Let the life gain hit the board. Do we scry this time? Now, I mean, I'd rather draw than scry, right? I think I'm drawing a card, at least one card here. We'll see what we get. Okay. Okay. Deck the halls with bowels of Chandler. Fa la 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 la. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, a lot of timeless witness loops could have happened here. Beep 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 dee. Make more sense here with the root walls so they could pump. Maybe I don't know. The like they get a lot of selection out of Surveil. Yeah, I also had like a 3-4 and an 0-4. I think I also agree with the people in chat that are saying we could pick any of them and be okay. All right, Twitch chat, I need to put your actually powers to good use. And by good use, I mean be pedantic. What is a situation where this is not strictly better unsummon? Someone give me a board state or condition of cards where unsummon is better than this. When is that worse? Meddling Mage. When your opponent draws it off of your deck. These are the hot Twitch chat takes I need in my life. This feels like a trick question. It's gonna take the land here. I could have honestly been right to wait to play this. My dojo does not contain fear. Block. I ain't scared. You're scared, opponent. No, I didn't have an answer in mind. I just wanted to be able to call it strictly better unsummon without getting actual lead. I should have just Skyclaved this Chandler last turn instead of playing the Golem. Yeah, I think I should have done this last turn so I could have played the second one over here. Hobbit lad, thanks for the brand new Prime. I appreciate you keeping me around. Play Noodle from hand here. Vapor Snag is not strictly better unsummoned because you with some consistency want to bounce your own things. Is this a Thalia matchup? It's probably a Thalia matchup, actually. Let's do that and cut the Abundant Harvest. Hey, thanks for the 2 years, Johan. Good morning, good morning. Sure. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. We actually lead Baffling End here, keep our life total high. I figured it out. If you have a creature that turns scries into draws, no cards in library, and your 3 mana value on board. Is there a card that turns scries into draws? Is that a real thing? Oh, it's an EDH card. Okay. Oh. Perhaps I should have been saving my Baffling End post-board for Ferocidon. Yeah, that's a mistake. My aggressive use of the Baffling End was wrong. We're not visiting Phyrexia in the next year, but we're gonna get to explore the Brothers' War, which is kind of like a Phyrexia origin story in a way, right? We're taking damages here from the Ferocidon, but I think I need to make my board go wider. Yeah, Endo, for 2022. Yeah, they did an event announcing the what the set lineup would look like. I assume they're gonna hit the attack all button here. It's gonna be bad for us. They're so afraid of Thragtusk. Will Delver have a home in Historic? I don't know. It doesn't really have a home in Modern. If I'd have blocked the other way, would your 3/3 have lived? No, they'd have paid 1 and given their thing +2 attack, so it didn't matter. Hand's a little slow, but perfect. Sneeper, keeper, gonna curve out perfect. 2, 3, 4, 5 is Thrag. Do 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 do. Charming Prince, another great draw here, because lets me go tapped land Prince and save this for a bigger threat. I would like to block your 1/1 opponent. Blaze it. They have double Mana Gorger in the bin. Yikes. If Darcy takes off here or they bring the Phoenixes back, could be in trouble. How many root walls do they have? Yeah, Darcy took off. Definitely just want to scry for lands here. Oh, man. Oh, man. I guess I'm supposed to shock and draw a card. They have a root wall of these come back. Okay. I think I'm just gaining 3 here at this point. Okay, do I Resto block the Chandler, or do I Skyclave and take the Pyromancer and Chandler off the board with Ephemerate? I think it's probably just Resto, because they're likely bringing back 2 Mana Gorgers next turn, and I'd like to tag Mana Gorgers with Skyclave Ephemerate, I think. Mono for Life and Luzium, thanks for the follows. And this has to attack, so... Yes, Mana Gorger is a good example of the use of Perpetually, as well as counters on things in graveyards is something they don't do normally. These, like, what this does, you could technically track in paper, it would just be awkward and a little bit messy. I really love the use of the digital design space to just, like, this is a card that's, like, easy to understand and does something neat, but, like, you wouldn't want to track it in paper, basically. The opponent running Hollow One. We've not seen Hollow One from the opponent. Not the untapped land we wanted for Christmas, but still better than nothing. Okay, so Resto's going down. Sugar, we're going down. Put a stop on my main phase here. So we could do this and then respond to our own thing. Target this. Ephemerate this. So if you blink Skyclave in response to its enters play trigger, you get to exile 2 things and they don't get a token. So we get both the Mana Gorgers here. Yes, for those of you that are interested in hearing my thoughts on the upcoming Innistrad set, tomorrow morning, we'll be doing a set review. We're going to play 2 historic decks like we've been doing most days this week, and then we're going to do a couple hours of a set review after that. If you haven't seen my set reviews before, I call them constructed set reviews, because I will not be going over every card in the set. You know, if you've ever watched a full set review before, it's a lot of people saying this card sucks, it's for limited. So my set review focuses on just standard and historic. I'll pull out just the cards in the set that I think could have an impact, but I'll skip over the more obvious, these cards aren't good and constructed. And if you can't be here live for that, it will end up in a segment on the YouTube channel, as always. Yes, we're supposed to get a full spoiler about 10 Central tomorrow, I believe. I'm planning to start my set review about... 11 Central tomorrow. Give ourselves a little bit of a buffer. I'll go live at my normal 8 a.m. Oh, I forgot I had an Ephemerate coming back. Thanks, Magic Arena. Appreciate you. Swag Dadderson is here, chat. I'm gonna be honest, Jay, I haven't really looked at a ton of the set yet. I've looked at, like, some of the highlights or ones that have come across my Twitter feed, but my first, like, full dive into everything, especially, like, new supported tribes and stuff, will be tomorrow morning. And big part of the reason I wait for that is it's easier to kind of understand what could be good when you see everything, especially for synergy-based things like that. Like, you know, are werewolves playable or not is the, you know, one card could make or break it. Yeah, but speaking of the open, if you're new to the channel and you like the idea of playing pseudo-competitive Magic, we're not super tryhards here, but our next Hoaglandia Open will be September 19th. It is standard. And if you're not interested in playing, we have full coverage of that tournament all day long here on the Twitch channel. Jim Davis will be joining me for coverage for that event. Excited to have him back. And the hits keep coming, and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules, and I hit the ground running. It didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but the head gets dumb. Do 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 do. If we hit an untapped land next turn, we get to draw, noodle, play, noodle, blink things, which is great. Hey, Bocason, thanks for the 23 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Smathmouse played at Sturgis last year. I didn't realize they were a bunch of shitheads. That's sad. Blocks their flying threats too. Remember, their Darcy has to attack here when she's pissed off. You won't like her when she's angry, chat. It's pretty good. They might power through all our blinky stuff here. We're taking 6 in the air. They could attack on the ground too. They have Castle Embrith to let their 2-power things push through. I guess this block means my wall dies. Let's do this. So we're taking 8 in the air here. Man. I have my land down here that trades with Darcy. Yeah, cave flies. With their castle, my cave trades. Which is unfortunate, but it's better than taking 8. See if we can dodge another unholy heat here. We might be dead, fam. We need to hit another. We need to hit like Resto or Ephemerate or another Yorion here. We're through a lot of those. Elgato Tremendo. Thanks for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So we're dead in 2 here. Need a life top deck. That technically keeps me alive for a turn, right? Maybe? Yeah, we have a Lair to block. Ooh, and with... No, they can obviously they can't activate Castle, but that's wrong. They can still activate Castle. Man. I just cut so many of her outs off. Man. I think I gotta do this now. This would have been, you know, one of the best draws in our deck if they hadn't hit Rampaging for us done. Yeah, I think we're just dead, right? No, I am not blinking Thragtusk here. Oh, this just straight up draws you a card. The draw's not contingent on... That's pretty good. Oh, man. I assume we're dead here, but let's click through it real quick. Fucking sure. Sure. Good. Good. Make me wait on that. Appreciate you. Would it really be a game against mono red if you didn't get slow rolled at the end of it? Would it really be a match against mono red if it didn't involve the slow roll bolt you? And it's not even like you can give them the benefit of the doubt that they were playing around anything, because, like, there's literally a Rampaging Frost on in play, right? Thanks for the quarter of a year, Lars. We could have blinked Ferocodon and killed Thragdad with our cards in hand. When you come back from your 10 minutes, you better have a pair of cards that would have done that exist. And then you could come back. What instant speed green white card plays? There's some weird fight card, I guess. There's some instant speed fight cards that like we had played through half our deck and they hadn't seen. Oh, it's Jessica. I can see. Easy game. Bottom the expensive one. We aren't playing Path. No, believe it or not, there's no Path Exiles in my deck. We live to please him, Jay. They mulligan to 5, so they're playing Trickery? Yeah, maybe. Chat, every time you concede to a Trickery deck, you are doing the Lord's work, or Trickery Jeskai, because you're padding their win rate. If you don't want to play against something, just pad its win rate up as high as you can, okay? Lars, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Well, they're not doing anything else this turn. We have 5 power already, so we might just beat them down here. Alright, so this is a draw step Ephemerate Spellbinder, right? I actually did not mind playing against Sphinx's Rev / Elixir of Immortality when it was standard legal. Those games were long, but they didn't feel hopeless. A lot of the hopelessness against the current Jeskai decks is because they're so much better than your deck. Was a big part of that archetype. Do I give up attacking for 3 this turn to Ephemerate the Spellbinder and put their Trail of Crumbs +2 cost? Yeah, probably. Got me. I'll never bind another spell, chat. All right, cue the carnival music. Everybody on the Yorion. All right, everybody into play. Charming Prince, blink the Yorion. Welcome to the circus of value. Is this the post-rotation standard waiter? It is. Yeah, that is actually what this stream is for the next week. I'm cautiously optimistic for new standard, and it seems like a lot of the subs are too. Sub survey for the month had similar amounts of support for new standard as it did for existing historic, which is high. Yeah, rotation is Thursday. Tonight, 10 a.m. Thursday. Oh, I could have forced a chump block here. Maybe that's right, but then I can't play a Thragtusk, and I really want to play a Thragtusk. And around we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. Oh, sorry, it stops when Mayhem Devil gets Death Touch. That's where it stops. Yeah, honestly, Danny, the fact that the MPL events that this past weekend were like this standard format that nobody likes, and even the people that like it are exhausted by it because it's just been going on for so long, really kind of strikes at the core fundamental problem of why the MPL failed. It's the people making decisions for that just don't get it at a fundamental level. They don't understand what people want to see from Spectator Magic. It's the same shit. It's a Sultai Ultimatum and Rogues, and there's a Mutate deck. There's a Mutate combo deck, I guess. But it's like, you know, more of just like what's been going on for a while. And I think they're just dead to this Yorion, right? I guess they can kill the Yorion when it comes into play here at end of turn. So they can sack the food, Devil Trigger kills Yorion, sack the Devil to tower, kill Thragtusk. They still die then, right? I believe our creature land is lethal here. So this weekend, places are finally doing historic. So Star City Games as well as the Arena Open are both historic. Unfortunately, the Arena Open won't give us any metrics, so we won't get reasonable data out of it. But Star City Games will give us some metrics, which is sweet. Looking forward to that sweet, sweet Meta Monday. Oh, fuck, they gained life. I think that's still correct to shove there. I honestly wasn't thinking about the life from the food, but this is fine. Putting the Mayhem Devil off the table has value. If we can't limp this game across the finish line, these Trail of Crumbs might drag our opponent out of it. Between the life gain from the food. And this is basically what happened in the last... We played this match earlier in this set, and they, like, stabilized low, and then, like, pushed through at the very end. The Death Touch came from Binding of the Old Gods. So they're, again, just gonna gain 3 here, right? So I think I'm supposed to just put a bunch of power... I think I'm supposed to attack with these and then put a bunch of power into play. We can at least Spellbinder whatever spell they get with this food. I don't like forcing the goose off the table doesn't have a lot of value. I'd rather go wide. With the layer of the Hydra, they would have just blocked differently, Mr. Hot Knuckles. Oh, look, they drew Cauldron Familiar. So they can loop Cauldron Familiar, so they're effectively at 5. They block Layer of the Hydra and 2 3-power things. They take exactly 5. Lethal, question mark? They can sack something to -1 on the Spellbinder. Yes, they can. They're at 8. Oh, they can technically sack the food for life, puts them at 7. Yeah, there's a couple of ways they live here. They can take a couple of different lines to live. Let's see which one they take. They actually have decisions to make here, because they gotta decide, like, do they want to sack something to Yawgmoth to kill the Spellbinder? Do they want to sack something to the tower to make 2 mana to eat the food? What's going on, Squid? Looking forward to being here for another 15. Okay. Then they sack the cat to Yawgmoth, go to 4, kill the Spellbinder, they draw a card, they take 2, go to 2. Yeah, I mean, are they gonna sack the goose and kill Blade Splicer? We're going to 2 anyways, right? Might as well take their card. Oh, they're going to 1. Yeah. Okay. I think we're dead. I think they've stabilized and we're not going to be able to push through the last little bit here. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it on this deck. We played this matchup earlier, and this is just playing out in the exact same way, and this was kind of 2 pretty disappointing, but also kind of expected I think anything we're going to play in Historic for the next couple of days before Standard Rotation gets here and we have something else to play, I'm going to stay more focused on aggressive decks. Mid-range decks are just so sedge in this format. It's just, you know, you get big fished by things like Jeskai and the food deck there like we saw. You're okay against aggro-ish, but I would bet even the really aggressive tribal decks like Shamans and Mono White would give this a hard time. So Resto continues to struggle with this. Hollow Madness is fine. It's an aggressive deck, Logan. We played 2 different variations of that, and they both felt okay. Yeah, I mean, the types of decks that Restoration Angel wants to go into just aren't very good in this format the way the format is.